Let's go.
Okay.
Hey, Henry.
Hi, Manny. Hi,
Yeah,
Hi, Henry.
welcome,
Hi.
Henry. Welcome, Casey.
Casey,
Casey.
Michael.
Yeah, it's great to be with you all. So we can just notice if there's any tension in the body, can just begin to release it. Just relax. If there's any thoughts, we can just maybe drop them. Do we need a thought? It's more like thought needs you. Yeah,
To act, to do something.
to anything.
Yeah.
So that's useful, I would say, is to notice that you're not your thoughts.
Yeah.
Because they come and go, and when we identify them, we suffer. When we identify with our thoughts.
I was noticing when I'm compelled to call somebody because they may need some assurance or something, or to try to find out some, and then I just realized it's just a thought coming up telling me that I am the one that needs to fix them or do something with them or crazy.
Yeah.
When you're uneasy about a situation with somebody or you heard about this or that, it's almost like you want to get your 2 cents in there and try
Mhm.
to make it okay.
It's like if we could see the puppetry, the thought comes up, we go, okay, it's like we're the puppetry.
Well, it's funny. First of all, not everybody's interested in seeing thoughts for what they are. It seems like kind of a rare thing that people even give a shit, but we seem to. And for those of us that do, I think it's useful to be sensitive to the difference when a thought is present. And what's it like when there's no thought here?
You're
Here-
content.
Here's a thought. Here's a thought.
Uh-oh.
And there's me dangling on the end of it.
Cheers.
Is that English tea?
It is Earl Grey.
Yeah.
Hey, right here, Earl Grey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Is it-
what
yeah.
we're having when there's intuition going on, is there a thought associated with that?
Okay, that's a great question. I just did
Yeah, it is.
a video on that today. So if you guys haven't seen the video,
Oh my God, I didn't even hear it. So
yeah.
that must have been my intuition.
Ah! So well, funny enough, Don, one of the things I talked about was that's how you can tell when when you go to intuition, it's silent. It doesn't have a story. So that's your giveaway. If you're trying to in the video, it was about how to make a decision, to go to your intuition. And if it feels 100% green light, like Christmas morning, you're a kid, that's a green light. And
Mhm.
for me, that intuition tells me to go for it. And there's no doubting it. It's pure, I can sense it, it's direct, and I love it. And the opposite is red light. Your body, my whole body, when I get quiet and feel into it, will just go, oh, hell no. I don't want to do that. No. You can just feel it. And then the interesting one is the yellow light. You feel into something, you're not getting a strong no, but you're not getting a strong yes. And so here that was seen as do nothing. Do nothing. You don't have enough information. It's not a red light. It's not a green light. So can you do nothing? Yes.
Hmm.
Yeah. And you get more and more sensitive to this wordless intuition. It's calm. Your intuition doesn't struggle. It doesn't come up with a story as to why. And that's another clue that you're in mind. If you hear story, you're in mind. If you're feeling into it with silent intuition, it's energetic.
Yeah, all those stories are usually after the fact, trying to justify or not justify the intuition. It's hilarious.
Well, exactly, Casey, but you can notice, right? So the strategy for the mind is basically it's so old school. Like it's pros and cons. Like
Yeah.
that's kind of how the mind breaks everything down. What's the pro and what's the con? What's good. That's not how the intuition is. The intuition doesn't balance, the mind is very protective. Its main concern is protecting the body at all costs. And that's why when we identify with the body, if we think we're the body, we're going to suffer.
Hmm.
How does the expression gut feeling come into that?
That's it. That's exactly it, Henry. When the intuition, another word for it is a gut feeling.
Yeah, it's worth noting the gut, the solar plexus is this heavy bundle of nerves which has got neurons in it as well. So,
Hmm.
the time it takes for information to get from the gut to the brain is actually too slow to protect the whole body. So the gut instinct is that
Mhm.
first level of neurology that is saying stop or go. And if you second guess it, then you're putting yourself into danger. So for
Yeah.
me, intuition is, I used to say that intuition happens within the first tenth of the second,
Huh.
so and you always know that. You always know afterwards, you'll go, oh, I knew that. You kind of go, oh, I just, because you know so fast. And that's because, there is neurology there. Same with the heart. There's about 40,000 neurons in the heart.
That's so
So
cool.
yeah,
Yeah.
isn't it? Yeah.
Because I remember one time when I felt pain, like it was just an emotional pain, but for the first time I felt it somewhere else in my body, like in my heart, and there's neurons down there. That's so,
Yeah.
crazy. Mm.
So I want to share another benefit of going to intuition, which is way different than mine. So mind is very capable of guilt. Ah, I should have done it. I shouldn't have done it. You know, oh man, I'm such a bad person like that. It's very it's never
Sugarcoating.
quite it's never quite sure if it's right. I mean, it can, there's always doubt. What I notice when you feel directly into your whatever it is you want to feel, whatever decision, and that's another thing. This is what's surprising was that I didn't realize until recently that you can use your intuition 24/7. It's available. It's because it's always here. So it's just starting to get out of the head and think through all your decisions in story and feel, as you said, Paul, in the gut level, you know, in
Nice.
feel into. And what I discovered was by doing this, it alleviated, much to my surprise, it alleviated guilt completely because I checked with myself. I was honest with my emotions, how I really felt. So if I said no to going to the party, I no longer felt guilty that, oh, they invited me. I'm saying no. I should go to be nice, blah, blah, blah. No, I
Like, I didn't want to go.
checked, huh?
It was just like simple. Like I didn't want to go.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Like immediate boom.
That's it. No story. Just I don't, it's like a feeling, like it's a vibe, like nah. And it's so refreshing to finally, but you got to learn to trust yourself. And that was another thing I covered on the video was that we're taught ever since we're born to use our mind. That's what school's all about. Nothing wrong with that, but it sets us up with the alphabet and mathematics and to rely on the brain and the mind. And the mind is, all about survival. That's why there's not peace in the mind.
But school also teaches us to look outside of ourselves for somebody with more knowledge. It's like, look at the big person at the front of the room. They're the ones that know. And
Yeah.
you know, they took me away from mom and dad, and they're not my mum and dad, and they don't love me, but I've got to treat them as if they do, and I've got to listen to them. And you
Yeah.
spend a whole lifetime looking up to somebody else that doesn't love
Exactly.
you
Yeah, Paul,
and
beautiful.
denying your inner tutor. You
Yes.
deny that level of connection because you've actually severed it when you were so young. Go to nursery or kindergarten. It's like, I
Sit down.
miss them, I miss them, I miss them.
Yeah, no, but you're so right because it literally is trained out of us to trust ourselves. So now all you're looking outside, like you said, for answers outside you. So it's really it's kind of the rare bird that can turn within and say, well, how do I feel?
Mm.
Now, let's say I'm invited somewhere, like you're saying, or something like that. And if it doesn't come out quickly, yes or no, and I'm weighing it, it doesn't matter now what I do, right? It doesn't matter with pro or con. There's something above the pro and con, you're saying, right? There's something, let me see. You were saying it develops, it's growing. Your intuition is growing. I saw the video, I only saw it once, but it's growing, your intuition. And can you speak on that? How is it developing or just the,
Yeah. So if let's say you have something, right? If you have $100 in your pocket, but you don't know it,
mm-hmm,
you
mm-hmm.
don't really have $100 because
Okay.
you don't know you have the 100. So you don't realize you have this unbelievable powerful tool. Nobody sat us down and said, your intuition is everything. Get to know it. It is your friend. No one said, because it's like anything, the more you use it, the more discoveries you're going to make. It's ever deepening.
Yeah, as you were just saying that, I realized that intuition has always been looked at as kind of frivolous as opposed to logic, and again, because it's so, um, oh, how do you say it? It's not as strong. Its presence isn't as strong, because it's kind of it's so subtle
Yeah.
that it's easy to skip over it.
It doesn't come with any fanfare.
Yeah.
A thought will tell you, yeah, look what you did. You did the right thing. Your intuition will just go, oh, I told you.
Yeah, like no brass band included.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah.
Definitely. Can you speak? We don't hear man's intuition, but we hear woman's intuition growing up. A woman like that. That's how different or more refined. I don't know. Stephanie, you have anything on that?
Yeah, of course I do, because I do think women are more, I don't know, I just think our brains are different. I really do. I mean, I can only base this on a man that I've lived with for 38 years, but I just think there's just more going on in our brain, not necessarily better, it's just more. And I do think we intuit stuff. But part of that is just like um, men don't tend to comfort other men, and I mean they do, but it's just different. It's just totally different. I can't explain it. It's like this woman that lost her husband. It's like we were all like surrounding her and hugging her, and like men would not do that. They wouldn't like surround some guy. He'd be going, "What's going?" He'd think he was going to be
Yeah, they
robbed.
wouldn't surround him like that would be like, hey,
He'd be checking his
hey,
wallet,
hey.
Yeah.
Wait, what's going on?
Is all my money still here? Yeah, it's just a different deal. Totally different. Just the different wiring of the alleged people.
I watched a YouTube video about this where basically it was men versus women, where the women were sharing like their deepest secret and like everything like that, and then she would start crying while sharing it. Like it was so emotional for her. And then everyone, all the girls would surround and like give her hugs and be like, "I'm here for you. It's okay." Like so sweet. And then you go to the men and they're sharing like these deeply painful things. Sometimes they're tearing up and the men just go, "I'm sorry, bro." Or they'll give like the
Hey,
side
that's
eye,
deep
like,
though.
"You're
That's
not a
deep.
little."
That's the difference, Henry. Yeah. Or they shake
No,
their
come
head or
on
something and
now.
go, whoa. Yeah.
I love that stuff. I love the men versus women differences. It's so funny. They're all beautiful in different ways. It's like quite the compliment.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank goodness.
Thank goodness. Oh my goodness.
Keeps it interesting.
Y'all women keep us men in check for some stuff. Most stuff, maybe not.
There's an evolutionary advantage for women to communicate better with themselves, though, because you're going to carry a child at some point and you're going to need some help, and men are never going to do that. So man's, I don't need you. I don't need anyone because I'm not going to have to bring a life into the world and look after it. I'm never going to be immobile. I'm going to be the big, strong hunter that's out there, catching the beef or whatever. So yeah, I mean, women have to communicate. They have to be better, and their intuition is more important because obviously, Jennifer, your intuition's very good because you married a good man in Manny and you've been with him for so long. So
Hey,
Hey.
Right there.
how
Yeah.
about instinct?
Yeah.
Instincts.
Instincts. It's like auto reactions. Like if a car's about to hit you, you don't really choose what you're going to do in that moment. You just
There's no thought about it. You just
instinctually jump out of the way, hopefully.
it's like the color red. The eyes see and react to red before the brain does.
Oh, wow.
So on levels of perception, the color red is one of those demonstrably dangerous colors.
Huh.
So yeah, and it's good though that Manny. What is the difference between instinct and intuition? I think that's a good question.
Yeah.
Where
I was watching a couple of deer outside a little bit ago in the porch, coming into the trough where we put some fresh water, the mother and the baby, a little baby, and they're very, because I'm kind of laying back and I'm not moving, because movement, immediately their instincts come up and they want to run. They don't know what it is, and any type of movement like that is that way. And also noise, they're affected by noise, and humans aren't. We hear the things and then we kind of turn and stuff, but it's not usually life or death. Like they just take off. In other words, they don't know whether it's safe or not, so they just run for it. And then one runs, and then the rest of them will run with them.
It's a
Yeah.
good tactic. It seems to work pretty well. You saw something? Okay, let's go.
That's right.
We all saw something then.
The birds do the same. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Manny, you said that you like the Ashtavakra Gita.
Yeah.
And so I thought I'd read a quote from it.
Okay.
When the eye appears, bondage appears with it.
Yeah.
When the eye appears, bondage appears with it.
I used to ask, is it the higher eye or the lower eye? But if it's an eye,
Separateness.
yeah.
Because it's like the handmaidens of the eye are all that other stuff, I gotta, I shoulda, I coulda, I will, all of the baggage.
Well, I is the personal claimer. I is what says it's mine. That's the suffering.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So when the I appears, bondage appears. Yeah, but the I appears only out of the Tao. So it's not like the I appears, bondage appears, something bad or wrong.
No, do you like bondage
Yeah.
though?
Yeah, that's
Well,
right.
we'll
Some
get to
people,
that. We'll get to that in a second. But that's
some people do.
well, but first of all, yeah, I keep that one. But it's still coming from the Tao, so there can't be anything wrong with the I appearing. It's not a choice that I am making because there's no me to begin with. So the Tao creates this sense of I as an individual. It creates it. It's created from the Tao, and then along with that comes bondage, which I assume also comes from the Tao. So I'm just saying there based on that, there's nothing wrong with the I or the bondage. And even if we don't like it, like Casey was saying, that's also coming from the Tao. So there's nothing wrong with that.
And
And then if you look at green light, red light, yellow light, sort of come out of it, that also coming from the Tao, because the Tao says makes the individual not want to suffer.
that's the beauty, isn't it? The beauty of the Ashtavakra Gita or the Ribhu Gita is this play on words, because the Tao that can be named is not the eternal Tao.
Right.
So any distinction at all, we know isn't it. But it is also somehow it.
Yeah.
Pretending to be distinction. So that's the absolute beauty in it. It's it, but there's no distinction there. There's nothing to separate. You can't say there's one and another ever, which is just awesome.
Mm-hmm.
If suffering appears, it must be perfect.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I think the question that's being asked is not whether or not suffering is perfect, but who is suffering? Can you find the one who's suffering? Can you actually find that one?
Every time someone asks a question like that, it's like, boom, what?
But that's it, though. Suffering becomes beautiful when it's like, wait, who's suffering? It's just pure suffering.
Beautiful.
Where is the
Very
I?
intense, like.
How do you define suffering? How do you suffering?
Suffering.
That's
That's a good question.
That was a visual representation that Henry and Casey just did.
Psychologically tormenting yourself over trivialities, but they're vital at the time. The story is telling it that it must be, it must do something about this, or else it's the death of me.
Right. But see, as long as we stay in story, that will continue.
Yeah.
But the hard question, the question that doesn't want to be asked is, who is suffering? Let me talk to that one, please.
Is the I suffering?
Well, we can look and we can see that there's actually nothing there. That suffering is energy. It's an intense bit of energy that feels extremely personal. I'm suffering.
Mm-hmm.
But there is no I. There's nothing separate. So,
and even the intense energy can be seen to ultimately be a belief. It's something that's believed in, prior to this moment, if you like. And that if you really sit with it, it'll be, well, there's not even that there. There's never anything there when we really fully investigate.
yeah, very good, Paul. It's like, let's say Paul and I are on a hill and we're laying on our back watching clouds go by. Paul goes, "Oh, look, Michael, there's an army man." I'm like, "Oh, there's a rabbit." But by the time we look at each other's, I go to look for the army man. He goes, "The clouds already moved on. It's already begun to break up." And so if you notice, whatever problem you think you have, it's already not here.
Another cool part of that analogy is that like if you could show someone in your cloud, say, hey, that looks like a elf or something. They'll squint, and you're like, no, you see the ear right there? They'll keep squinting, they're like, I don't see it.
I don't see it.
I don't see it. Yeah.
What is the source of that suffering? It's not I. It where does it animate from? I mean,
Well, Ginny would say it's just all God loving itself.
Mhm.
Source of its suffering. Yeah, what would we say? Yeah.
Yeah, Henry, honestly, you might as well ask. It's a legitimate question, but you might as well ask, where does anything come from?
yes, okay, yeah, yes,
And who's the one that wants to know? It's just another thought that I could see that that's what happens a lot of times. And it doesn't realize that it perpetuates the story of the I that act, needs to act.
yes.
Yeah.
My grandson said to me last night, he just got into his bed and he says, "Hey, Grandpa, can I ask you a question?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." And he goes, "What is reality?" And I was like, "Well, it's a mystery, isn't it?" And he goes, "Yeah." And I goes, "We had this conversation." So I said, "What time is it?" And he goes, "Oh, it's late." I says, "No, what time is it?" And he went, I said, is it now?" He went, yeah, it's now. I said, "And are you here?" "Yeah." And I says, "And is my hand here, now, here, now, here, now, here, now?" I says, "Is there an illusion that it's moving?" And he went, "Oh, wow." And I goes, "Yeah. So what's real?" And he was just like, "I don't know." And,
Yeah, right
we
there.
kind of left the conversation there for him to go to sleep with that on his mind. So he'll wake up tomorrow and he'll be full of things. He'll be full of things for a conversation. So, yeah.
He'd be going to his friends, see my hand right here. I love to ask little kids heavy stuff about life. It's so fascinating. It's
Yeah.
fascinating.
They're so quick to get to tell you the truth.
Intuition kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, they've got some pretty neat insights, actually.
Yeah.
Remember, as a little boy, I would ask, where does Jesus come from? Oh, Jesus comes from God. Then you say, where does God come from? And they go, oh no, we don't ask that question.
I feel for you there. Oh no, we don't.
Typical parent answer, right?
Can ask any questions.
Yeah,
except
to
without.
Michael's point, then it's story begins. I start making up stories.
Yeah.
But you're not doing that, Henry. So
Oh,
the mind is the storyteller, not you.
right. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Well, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Right.
Yeah. I'm okay already without the story.
You know, I have this crazy thought I want to share. It's more like an image or a symbol, but it's kind of like a tree and how the very ends of it are like the puppets, which are us. And we think we're separate. And there's this whole puppet show going on. And it kind of came from, I was thinking about my loved ones who've passed and if they really are around still, or if they can be, if there's like life after death, essentially. And it just seems so dismal that at death you'd be gone forever. But what if at death you discovered that ah, you were just playing a puppet, and so like all that suffering, all the crazy storytelling and the big dramas and all, it's like as soon as you die, that'd be crazy to find out that yeah, you don't exist really. You're just kind of like this puppet, but it's okay. Like nothing, you actually weren't even real, so nothing died or there's some kind of like tree. You can see that as like a tree. Like, and we're the puppets.
Well, what if you were never born?
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, we don't really know.
No, I'm serious. I'm serious. You, this the bodies come and go every second. But if you're not your body, and take a look, is this the same body that was here 20 years ago? For some of us, 50 years ago? No. Is this the same body from 2 weeks ago? No. So you are the eternal, whether you know it or not, whether you think you can find it or not, or prove it, it's still the eternal.
It's not the same body it was 3 seconds ago.
Exactly.
It's never, that's what's so, yeah.
Man, when I took the heaviest acid dose once, I remember just asking the question, "Who am I?" And immediately it was like, "Oh shit, I'm literally nothing." There's just this fucking belief that
Yeah.
bundles together a subset of data, like sensory data, and like the thing that you just said. But like, even if you change time down, it's like, dude, you're entirely different. Yeah, so you're just a moron that you think that you own all that. But yeah, then you get off acid and you think you own all of it again. And it's okay.
Yeah,
It's just how
that's
life.
funny.
But
Yeah,
this
that's
isn't you. You didn't make this cell. Like, it's not
Yeah.
your cell. What? That's not air. If it goes in, there's no separate. It's crazy. Acid is this. I highly recommend acid.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm a massive proponent of acid, apparently. But not if it's illegal. Very important. Follow the local laws and regulations
There
of
are
your
people under 21 here, Casey. Yeah.
I'll go to mushrooms instead then. But it's like I used to say to my kids, it's like, they'd ask these certain questions and I'd say, what, you've just eaten an apple. Yeah. Well, when does the apple become you? It's like, and when does it, once it's going out, when does it stop being you? It's like whatever you put in, does it become you? Do you become the apple? Does the apple become, and that alone is like, what a wonderful line of inquiry. Yeah. You just, your mind's spinning on that stuff for ages.
It just reveals the beliefs right away. You're like, oh, it's not part of me anymore. But you did that,
You're breathing in. So surely that means half your circulatory or half of your breathing system is on the outside. There's at least 50% outside the body. That's
Stop
50%.
breathing my air. This is my air now. Back off.
so actually, Paul, you reminded me of one of the Vedanta teachings they use is a clay teapot. And they say, notice the space that's within the teapot is not different than the space outside the teapot. It's one space. And temporarily, the teapot is configured and it appears temporarily like, there's a special separate space. But so the same applies with our body. What's the consciousness in here is the same as the consciousness in there. This as within, so without.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I love to look into the physics of things. And it's like you see the mug, and if the mug occupied space in its own right, every time I moved it, there'd be a vacuum to fill the space that it was once in. So that it's not physical. It's an appearance because it's occupying space. It's not separate to it, so there's never anything tangible in existence. Never. It's all ephemeral. It's all belief.
You mean so like when you moved your mug, it would kind of go slurp?
Yeah, there'd be some sense of yeah, definitely. Yeah.
That's so good.
Yeah.
That's
Movement
funny.
of space. Yeah. So back to you were never born, and so the body was never born,
No, the body was
or
born.
we're never. Yeah, The
Body was born, you weren't.
body was born, but we're not the body. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. What do you mean by you're never born? I want to know more.
What are you? Are you the body? Are you the body, Casey?
Like, I don't know, dude. Like,
Mhm.
I mean, if
I
we're gonna
keep
talk stories, then there's a body here, but I
Yes.
is a definition that no
All right.
longer
Well,
is
Casey,
real. Like, what is like,
well,
yeah, yeah,
Casey, let's do an inquiry.
yeah.
So, let's see, are you your hands? We could start there. Everyone can do this, right? Do you get this feeling that you're the hands? I would say no. I do not get the feeling, right?
no.
Paul, right? And you could do your feet. Are you your feet? But again, as we kind of already gave it away, the body's always changing. Cells are always dying, regrowing. So it's but it can help to actually look for yourself in the body because we do energetically can feel like there's a sense of a separate me in the body. They even have a term for it. It's called a homunculus, funny enough. A homunculus is a tiny you in the brain that is you, you know?
Well,
So, yeah, so there can be an energetic feeling of separation that
Mm.
claims it's you. But all that is energy. It's not an actual separate you. It's just, as Jim Newman says, it's just contracted energy.
That activates the body.
It's a sense of location. Because I remember it. It was feeling like I was located here.
Behind the eyes.
Mhm.
Yeah, or behind the eyes. But that is dissipated. I like that somehow I couldn't tell you how or why, but that sense of location isn't here anymore. So now there's nothing in particular I can identify with as me.
Mhm. Yes.
There is I mean, for me, it's as I sit here looking at the screen, I can see legs and I can see body, and if I it takes no effort at all to notice that the legs and the body are appearing as the same as the table and the mug and the screen.
Yeah,
That it's clear that they're the same thing.
exactly.
It's the same field of view. It's not something distinct that's sat back watching it. It's the same field of view. And I think when I started to realize that, it became everything became softer and lighter. I mean, as Paul Hederman says, you just start to travel lighter.
Is it clear to everybody what Paul's pointing out? Is it clear what he's saying? That it's all one unified field.
Yeah.
So if you like look at your computer screen with all the pretty people, all the different, but there's one special one, right? You, right? You always know where you are on the screen. But that's true for all of us. So, so for Paul, that's the one for Kate. It's natural that you would identify with one. But pull back again and notice they're all equally on the screen the same. None of the appearances on the screen are anything but screen. It's the belief. That's me. And
Yeah.
that's the most important one. That's just a belief. And it's nothing wrong with it. You need to know, which one is you, you know? You need to know which car is you and the parking is yours so you don't get in the wrong car, you know? So it's useful.
It's like very important and useful, but it is just a belief, as you pointed out. Just a belief. Doesn't mean it's real. Yeah.
I keep thinking, and maybe this is too simplistic, that it's like it's not home. The thing that I think I am is not home, and it actually never feels like home. It always feels like I need to get home.
Yeah,
That I'm not
that,
home.
that's it. That's how, me
Yeah,
too, Steph.
Welcome
That's
home.
what
yeah,
well, if you have that, you become a seeker,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know? Yeah.
Which is highly being a seeker is like a, a real pain. I mean, being a seeker is not that much different from organized religion. It's like I don't got it. I mean, I still have friends that feel bad, like they're not a good student or they're not getting it, and and I suffer from that too, like it's the seeker deal. I've still
Yeah.
got vestiges of that.
Yeah. Well, Leela and I talk about this all the time, Leela Muse, in that for her and I, and I encourage you to do what we did. Try everything. Try every single thing you can possibly think of to become awakened.
Mhm.
Okay. After you see that doesn't work, but you have to go through it, you will fail miserably. And in the failing, we call it the grace of futility. It's in the giving up that you begin to see. When you
Mhm.
can't go on anymore, when you've tried all your tricks and you just finally go, I don't know. I can't do it. I can't figure this out.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
Some,
that's it. Right there. Boom.
Go ahead, Tony. Henry.
or sometimes it feels like the seeker is a trap, uh, uh, because does the seeker ever become the finder? Um, hmm.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Well, I don't want to identify with a seeker, but I understand this. I don't understand. I don't understand.
No, Henry, I love that. Yeah,
Yeah,
no, that's exactly, he's right. Instead of
Yeah.
being a seeker, which implies it's not here, right? Because if you're seeking for the $100 and it's already in your pocket, you're not going to seek if you know that.
yeah,
So we seek because we think it's not here, just as you're saying. A
yes.
finder is different. A finder is when I say, "Oh, it's here. You just need to notice it. You need to find it. It's already here. So you don't need to leave the room. The $100 is right here. You just haven't noticed it yet."
The frustration is in the name of it, the seeker. It's not the seeker and I'm going to find it, or the seeker and I've found it. It's the seeker, which like ad infinitum, you're going to be seeking.
It will. Steph, if you let the mind, it will continue to seek until that body takes its last breath. Why? The mind doesn't want to see this. It doesn't want to lose control and power that it imagines it has. It likes taking you for a ride.
Mm.
But that's the Tao, though. The Tao, there's no mind. It's just the Tao seeking. There's only the Tao seeking the Tao. Crazy.
And the Tao being the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, Don's right. There's only the Tao.
I know,
Yeah.
Don. I like that you do that. You like bring it. You keep bringing it back. Like
Fact
it's
that there's,
okay. It's
yeah.
the day. I love that because it's
Like
so
the Zen gong.
it's
Well,
right
it,
on,
it's
right
it's
on.
the simple thing to say. So
No, but it's like
Yes.
it's easily forgotten
It's
because it's
Don's
all
instinct.
okay. It's all innocence. It's all love.
Right with that.
It's
Yeah.
all beautiful. There's nothing wrong with it. It's
Mm.
perfectly okay. It's already okay.
Mm. So life is appearing, it's an appearance, and everything is already, it's almost like it's not satisfied with being content because it still believes the thought that comes up and says, you need another dessert or something.
Or like,
It's, isn't
what will
it?
I do? What
And
will I
because
do?
it doesn't see that it's got everything right here, right now. And that's far more than going and getting a little dessert that just satisfies briefly at best. It could last a little longer or whatever, but it comes and goes. It's never permanent. And
That's the mind. The mind is endlessly about
yeah,
wanting and attachment. That's the
yes,
mind's bread and butter.
yeah.
It's and it will endlessly want, and it's doing its job. You know, I'll tell you a story. So the emergency brake light came on in my car. I have a really old car, and the check engine light is already on, and then there was a new one that just popped up. And my first reaction I noticed was annoyance. Like, ah, shit, right? I already got one thing broken. I can't pass the smog test till I get this one fixed. Now I got another one. And and then right after I saw that, like that reaction, like you can have these epiphanies because I said, wait a second, the warning signal in the dashboard did exactly what it was supposed to do. It turned out the brake fluid had dropped below a certain point. And when that brake fluid gets too low, it's supposed to trigger that light to save your life. So which I did, I added more brake fluid and all as well. But the initial reaction is I looked at for a few seconds as that brake light was a problem. Like, ah, shit. And then I quickly said, no, it did exactly what it was designed to do. It alerted you. You should be thanking it. And it made all the difference. Like the energy dropped immediately. It was almost like I was thanking it, like suddenly I'm Thich Nhat Hanh. Thank you, light, thank you.
So when you don't resist, it's okay.
Well, it did exactly what it was supposed to do, but instead of, we somehow, like when we get irritated, you notice it goes right to blame. Like we look at the thing for getting us mad rather than going inside and looking at ourselves.
Oh,
Kill the messenger. You
So,
damn brake light.
so you saying that everything that's based on that, everything that's going on in life right now is exactly what's supposed to be going on?
That sounds right.
That's actually what we've been reading. Tony Parsons says that all the machinations or the little bitty things and the big things and the in between things that occur to us in our lives are actually an invitation to remember, as he puts it.
Yeah.
So it's all for us unconditionally lovable.
Well, that's it, isn't it? It's unconditionally, yeah, it's that word, that phrase. And the conditions,
Yeah.
the conditions of programming and of life and the lessons that the environment has given us, which get us to the point of seeing the light and thinking that's going to cost me money. Oh, that's going to be this or that. All of those conditions are freed when the mind isn't present. And it's like, oh, wait a second. That light means there's a problem. Oh, now I know there's a problem. I've got to have a look under the bonnet and make sure that the car's fine, and then you do. And it's like, wow, thank you, light, as you say. But everything is a conditioned response. Everything, because otherwise we'd just be unconditionality in love without a drama. So we're working out those conditions to see how unreal they are, just to realize, oh wow, I remember when I was 6 years old and I got a slap around the ear from my dad for saying that, and it's like I can let it go now. It's fine. He's not here. There's no slap coming. So yeah, it's all environment.
Remember when the parents used to say, "Because I said so."
Yeah.
And that was the end of it. You got to back off at that point.
Yeah, that doesn't work anymore these days.
I didn't like that.
That sense of authority that we used to have for people, our teachers and that doesn't seem to be there anymore.
Yeah. My mother used to say, like, if we were at a restaurant and I was acting up, and she'd say, if I have to take you out to the car, and I'm going, oh, no, okay, you don't have to take me out of the car. It's like bad stuff was going to happen out there. I was going to get spanked or something. So.
So we're spanking ourselves. We're all one and everything. Spanking ourselves, loving ourselves, causing drama with ourselves.
Yeah, quite the play.
Beautiful.
Well, yeah, it's
Great.
just drama. It's drama and
beautiful.
Dramas appearing.
Shakespeare got nothing on us.
Yeah.
That's back to the I that Michael started with.
Yeah.
The I is thinking that it's doing these things, and it feels guilty about it at times. It believes that I is real, and it kind of it doesn't want to let go of the false feeling of life. It's a false feeling, but at least it's mine.
So you're saying that, Manny, you said the big I feels guilty?
Yeah.
I feels guilty.
Interesting.
It
Yeah.
reinforces the I, as long as
Which-
it's guilt going on.
So wait, no, the big I.
Guilt or shame or anything, any negative thing
Mhm.
like that, it just kind of
Did you actually say the big I, though? I don't think you said the big
No.
I.
no, it's a little I.
No, I was talking
You
about the
didn't
big
say
I.
any kind of I. You just said I.
Does the big I feel guilty? Because
No.
Oh.
well, the big I creates the small I.
Oh.
Yeah.
Then the small I
There's-
feels guilty.
There's
But
no
the small I is
I.
just the
The
big
big
I.
I
So
Okay.
it's small I
Gotcha.
feel guilty.
No I.
So
What's an I?
There's two right here. Two eyes.
remember when I said
Oh, no.
if you hear story, you're in mine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh goodness.
And that's okay too.
Dude,
If you
Because
don't.
it's the
you just
Tao.
bored without stories. You just be blank.
It's Don's Tao, so it's okay.
Man.
How do you reconcile that, Michael?
Reconcile what?
What?
Preferences versus it's all okay.
How do
It's
you
just the happening. That's what people is. This is what's happening. And then mind wants to reconcile. Wants to try to justify it so that it could move on.
It's just appearing.
Hmm.
Yeah.
From what we're saying, the mind co-arises with the experience, and it's like, no, that's a thought. The mind doesn't co-arise with anything. It's a thought.
You destroy all of Buddhism now.
Just the concept of a mind is also
It's like, come on,
oh.
Everything is here. It's so immediate and so intimate that it's gone before you got a chance of knowing it. It's replaced by the so immediate and the so intimate over and over and over again. It's just, there you go. There you go. Grab it. I can't. Grab it. I can't. Grab it. Catch it.
There it is. Get it?
Yeah. So that's a good one to end on. You're never going to get it.
No.
Oh God. Do we really want to end on that?
It doesn't get any better.
No, oh God. Well, I still want to get it, so I just want to throw that in. The Tao,
Yeah, you
Perfect.
the
got
Tao
Tao.
the Tao that's speaking through me says, I still want to get it.
Yeah,
And
but
there is nothing to get.
the
So I just
Tao
want-
that says there's only the Tao says you're not. I love you guys. Mwah. Have a good night, everybody. It was
Night.
Love you too, Pat. Cheers. Bye.
Bye.